There, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to May I Scraplift You. Today I am scraplifting my friend Dana Calouette, and I just love this layout. I thought it was really pretty, and it was the perfect layout to use as a companion piece to the piece I did earlier this month that was about Easter, and so it was just the perfect choice because it has all of those colored papers in the background, and I had a lot of papers that I wanted to use on this layout to um, make it match the other layout that I did that had so many different paper layers. Now this one doesn't have so many layers, but it has these strips. So I cut these into, I don't know, maybe an inch and a quarter to an inch and a half. I think I did an inch and a quarter strips, and I went through and I roughed up all the edges, and I cut them a little bit shy of 12 inches, of course, because they don't go all the way to the edge in her photos. And in fact, hers are not all perfectly aligned at the bottom or top, and I think that is probably mostly because of the distressing that she did. Now, I did go through and distress all of mine, but I didn't have my distress tool with me and I wasn't at home, so I just used my scissors. And I actually really love these scissors. These are from X-Cut, and I've had them for quite some time. They are very similar to the Tim Holtz ones, although the rubber on these handles is even softer than the Tim Holtz ones. So if you're looking for a good pair of scissors and you can get your hands on these, they're a great substitute for the Tim Holtz ones if you like those. I actually almost like the handles on these better, but these also, I didn't have the option of getting them in the longer blade, which is what I prefer to use. But like I said, not at home, so I am just going to go ahead and use them because that's what I have. Now I decided to ink these up using the same colors that I had used on the other layout, which is the picked raspberry, and it's green. I think it's cracked pistachio. And what I did was I did 3 of them in one color and 4 of them in the other color, and so that is what kind of had me decide what order my strips were in, because the picked raspberry is what I did 3 of them in, and so I did the one strip of picked raspberry in the middle. My goodness, words are very hard today. I don't know what's going on with me, but having a really hard time talking. Um, so my apologies if I'm stumbling over my words. So I did the picked raspberry right in the middle, and then I did cracked pistachio on either side, and then another one of picked raspberry on either side of that, and then cracked pistachio on the outside. I took the pink paper there, and that is going to be where my photos live. It's going to be the matting for my photos, and again, I have 3 photos, and these are of Noah and my niece's little girl, and her name is Whitley. And the first layout, they were actually finding the eggs, and now this is after they found the eggs. They're sitting kind of on this rock in the garden in front of my mom's house, and so I just thought it was really cute, and I wanted to make sure I had those documented as well. And as you saw there, my ATG gun ran out of tape, and since I'm not at home, I didn't have another roll, but I do have this roll of adhesive in my stash or in my bag, and so that's what I'm using because that's what I have. And I have to sit there and peel the backs off of it. It's definitely not my go-to, not my preferred way of working, but you do what you got to do when you are somewhere else and you don't have all of your supplies. Now in her layout, she definitely has a doily on the left-hand side, and I'm not a huge doily fan, and I almost didn't do it. I did toy with the idea of putting that pink one on there behind Whitley, but then I decided, you know, Noah's my grandson, and so I kind of wanted him to be the one highlighted, and so I put the white one behind him. And plus, the white one was the right size. The pink one was a little bit small for this layout. I think this is really just a cute page, and it's going in his album, so I wanted to make sure he was the one that was getting the highlight. And she's kind of walking off of the page anyway. That was the best photo I had of her. You know, when they're two, they just move a lot and don't like to like get their photos taken, and their smiles are these cheesy grins. And so I just did what I had to do. I picked the best photo of each of them. And I really like the middle one where he's just like he's got a car in his hands that it came out of one of the Easter eggs, and she's looking at it. So I thought that was super cute. Now, I don't normally use these like character icons, stickers, or ephemera, but I thought this was a good situation in which to use it because they are a boy and a girl, and there's a boy and a girl bunny, and so I thought it was like the perfect situation in which to go ahead and put those on the page, and I thought they were cute, so that's what I did. Now the kids are only 7 weeks apart in age, but I know the little girl bunny is much smaller than the boy bunny, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. And then there was this hoop. It's like one of those embroidery hoops, and then the words Happy Easter embroidered on it. It is a sticker. It's not actually embroidered on it, but I decided to go ahead and use that as my title. And I'm using this other Easter basket. The other page did have an Easter basket on it, but the Easter basket was full of flowers, and this one is full of Easter eggs. And then more butterflies, because there's butterflies on the other layout, so I thought that was perfect. And then I'm going to add some embellishments in this upper right hand corner. Now Dana's are more towards the corner, and I start out with mine more towards the side, but I do eventually get some kind of brought up into that corner. Now the little labels that are above Noah's photo on the upper left, they say hello sunshine in yellow, and then the pink one says how tweet it is, which I thought was super cute, especially since up in that corner on the background paper there's like a little bird peeking, or a little chick peeking out of the egg, so I thought that was just like the perfect one to put there. And then this little piece says hello spring. I'm just going to tuck that under, bringing in those colors up into that corner. I really like how that's looking. It kind of adds to the layered look by tucking those under, and I really like the pink and the yellow being offset from one another rather than stacked right on top. I think it adds just a little bit more movement, and eventually I am going to hang a little banner piece down from underneath the yellow one where it is off to the left hand side of the pink. I don't know if that made any sense, but you'll see when I add it. I really like how it looks. And I don't have my acrylic block with me, so I just am using my distress ink to kind of hold those bunnies down while the glue dries a little bit. And again, with the butterflies, I have popped up the wings onto foam, and then the center is glued down in the middle so that it gives them dimension, and when they go in the book they won't flatten out, which makes me happy, because you know when you put it in the book and then all of a sudden it gets flat, you know, you did all that hard work, you definitely don't want that to happen. So by adding a little bit of foam tape underneath there, it definitely helps support them. And I'm just using the craft foam from Walmart. You can see some of it in the red off to the left there, and you just use a tiny piece. I stick the adhesive side to the ephemera or the sticker, and then I use a little bit of glue to hold it onto the actual page. I'm going to add some more of these hearts that I used on the opposite page, or the page that this will be opposite of, which was done just a few days ago. And then there's that little piece that I ended up putting the banner piece that says let the hunt begin, and I thought that was cute because it was an egg hunt. And then I'm going to scatter some little flowers coming down from below the title. And I like how that's going to end, and it's making me happy. And I'm adding my yellow thread because I added yellow thread on the opposite page, so I want to make sure I tuck some in on this page just to add for continuity across the two. Now the layouts, it's not a double page spread per se, they could definitely stand alone, and the pattern does not carry across like there's no, the paper from one side does not carry across to the other, in that it's cut so it should be one continuous flowing piece. They are the same pattern papers on each, so they do look like they go together, but they don't have to be side by side. They could definitely stand alone. So I'm adding some little sequins. Those are Spiegelmom Scraps sequins, and they're just iridescent. I'm adding them as little tails to the butterflies, and then I'm going to add some in some other areas as well. And then I have this little blue beaded heart. I'm going to add that in the upper right there, and I did add a blue heart onto that basket of Easter eggs, and I really like how that looks. It's just adding another layer of dimension to that basket, which is already popped up onto foam. So now you've got another little, another little piece that just looks like a finishing touch, I guess is the right word. So go check out everyone else who is playing with May I Scraplift You today. There are so many people, and they are doing awesome layouts. Several of us might be scraplifting Dana today. Dana is super talented, and she is such an amazing scrapbooker. I have the honor of knowing her in real life. We Zoom together, and we just have a really good time and have enjoyed getting to know each other over the past year. So her style is amazing. Check out all of her layouts and leave her a little bit of love on her Instagram. I will leave her handle down in my description box for you as well. Thanks so much for watching today. I really, really appreciate you choosing to spend time with me. I'm sorry that words were hard today, and I hope you stuck with me for the duration, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.